Hello everybody, it's Marina. I'm back for another video. This one is gonna be a tag. I've been tagged by Didi down at Brown Girl Reading for the ReadSoulLit tag. What book are you looking forward to reading this February in honor of Black History Month? Unforgivable Love, and I'm not going to say anything about this book. I read it already, finished it, but it's the ReadSoulLit, so if you want to know more about it, don't hesitate to join the conversation on Goodread or be connected because she will having a conversation with the author and many different booktubers very soon. Cite a book about a classic ReadSoulLit book published before 1917 that you loved, and I will go for The Eyes Were Watching God. This book, I read it, I first read this book in 1996, and this was the very first time I realized that I was good at English, and because I could understand this book even if it was written in what my teacher called a broken English. It was very good. What ReadSoulLit book would you like to see adapted to film? Born a Crime by Trevor Noah. I'd like to see this as a movie. Actually, it's gonna be a movie starring Lupita Nyong'o. And this one here, Call Me Woman by Mama Hélène Kuzwayo. I really loved this autobiography. I think it was very rich, and it was depicting apartheid and post-apartheid era quite well. But I would like for them to focus on these women that she portrayed in this book. Every woman she talked about deserved to be seen on a screen and to see what they did. These women did great things during apartheid, so yes, I would like to see them on a big screen. Show and talk about one of your ReadSoulLit book by a male author. I will show you this one, No Man in the House. This book is not set in the United States of America, but in the Barbados. It tells the story of Howard, and him and his siblings live in the Barbados. It is set in 1964. He lives with his grandma and two of his aunts because his parents went to England to make a living, and they were supposed to send for them, so the children are waiting. This family live in a shack because but they're poor. In their neighborhood, they're kind of disrespected because there's no man to protect them, and changes will occur in their lives when the first black headmaster of Howard School will be voted, knowing that it is also set in an era where Barbados was looking for independence. And it also tackles the interracial relationship because, yeah, one of the main characters in the book is dating a white woman in an era when white people are seen as devilish. So yeah, I think his storytelling was very good and the story was interesting, so I would highly recommend this one. No Man in the House by Cecil Foster. Which writer do I think could be the next queen of African American literature apart from Queen Toni Morrison? I was thinking about Bernice L. McFadden, but all of yours have said Bernice L. McFadden, so I'm going to try something different, and I will say Edwidge Dentika, because this woman, I feel like she doesn't write stories, that she paints stories. She puts images in your mind and in front of your eyes. Okay, you are not only in the story, but you are seeing it clearly. I don't know how she succeeded into doing that, but yeah, she does it. So I will go for Bernice L. McFadden, Edwidge Dentika, or Jasmine Ward. The queen is among the three, and you know my favorite, so yeah. What ReadSoulLit new releases are you excited about this year? The only one I'm extremely excited about is the Marlon James book, which I will be buying soon. I have many books and I'm willing to read my shelves, but I'll be buying Marlon James because it's Marlon James. And even if I heard that Kyle Miller was publishing another book, I would be buying that Kyle Miller too because I love them both. Voila. What's the last book by an African American author you read, loved, and gave 4 or 5 stars to? That is gonna be Ruined by Lynn Notage. It's a Pulitzer Prize winning play by this author, And I think I also loved it so much because it is set in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And for those of you who do not know, I'm from both sides of the Congo. So this is my mother's side of the Congo that is dealt with. I loved the way she managed to mix Lingala, French, Kiswahili in this. Knowing that the story is mainly told in English, of course, but yeah, I loved the ambiance, the way she made it. She made me laugh, even if the story in itself is not funny. It's not light. It's quite a serious, because it deals with rape as a war weapon somehow. Yes, and I don't want to talk too much about it because in this edition it's only 17 pages. So it's a quick read, and I highly recommend it to you if you're planning to have those readathon and stuff like that. It's a quick read, so give it a try. It's very, very good. Now, show some beautiful books by African-American authors. I have a pile that look like this. I'll start with this cover was something. Okay, Julius Lester, Long Journey Home, Stories from Black History. It's a collection of short stories by Julius Lester. A Gathering of Old Men. I love this. I love this writer. I discovered him through my favorite actress of all time, Miss Cicely Tyson, because she played in the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman, and also in French it was Dites-leur que je suis un homme, but I don't remember the title in English. Yes. But it is because of her, or thanks to her, that I discovered this writer 2 decades ago maybe, and ever since I bought all his books, but I've read only 2. Ring Around the Moon by Mary Burnett Smith. This one, I love the cover, and also I also bought it because I really liked our first book, which was Miss Ophelia. I gave it 5 stars last year, so I'm looking forward to reading this one as well this year. I'll be reading this one this year. Forever, I've had this book forever, Dessa Rose. Looking forward to reading it. Voila. The Strike on the Roads by Toni Morrison. I'm not going to say much about the book. Another one by Toni Morrison, Jonas Goodvine, which I haven't read. I think I read Moses, Man of the, I don't know, in this collection I have another one that I read 5 years ago, I think. And these two I'm going to show them at the same time, by this author. I bought them because I loved Tumbling so much, and I read Tumbling maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Loved it. Bought everything by her, even this one. Still looking forward to reading them. So yeah, what would you like to read to learn more about American people? This one, when the author was in Paris, Didi sent me a message to let me know that she was coming, so I attended a lecture. So she signed this copy for me. But being that I have this fear of chunkers, it's still on my shelves. You know, it's brand new and everything. Show what you're currently reading. I'm reading this one. This was the second one I was I had planned on reading, so I'm reading it. And I'm also reading this one, Sans Capote ni Kalachnikov. It's in French by Blaise Ndala. Oh my gosh, this I'm not ashamed to say that I cast this one aside because this one deserves all my attention. It is set in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, yes, again. And I started it yesterday, and it's so good, it's so funny. It makes me, I mean, it's not funny. The narrator is crazy. Like a character created by Marlon James or Kai Miller. You see what I mean? That kind of crazy. And even if the story that he's telling is not that easy, it's funny, and it's mind-opening, so I'm loving it. Really, I'm loving it, and I hope that I will love it till the end. But so far I'm appreciating it, so it has all my attention. I started reading it yesterday and I'm already like halfway through. I'm not a quick reader, but when the story is good, it is good. So voila, I'm reading this too. And the last question is to tag people. I'm I'm gonna write down, you know, while I'll be editing this video, we'll think about the people I want to do this this tag. I'll make sure that they haven't already been tagged by anybody else. So voila. Thank you, Didi, for inviting me, and see you in another video. Bye.